Are you struggling with stringy curls? Here are the reasons why. Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel, and do you like my hair today? I did as many of these things that I possibly could that cause stringy curls to demonstrate what the causes of stringy curls could look like. Now, when I did all of these things, not only did it cause some really stringy curls, but it also caused a lack of definition, a lot of frizz, but it also caused a lot of volume. So if you are shooting for volume, try these things. And if you're really struggling with frizz and a lack of definition, I'm gonna show you what I did today that caused this. Normally, this is what my hair looks like when my curls are not stringy, fully styled, fully dried, fully scrunched out and fluffed. My curls are really clumpy and shiny and really well defined without being stringy. And if you're brand new here, hi, my name's Courtney, and I'm so glad you're here. If you wouldn't mind, consider subscribing, because here on this channel, we talk all things wavy curly hair science, and I do my absolute utmost to help you embrace the hair that you are fearfully and wonderfully made with. Because when I discovered that I didn't have bad straight hair, but that I actually had wavy curly hair that just needed to be nurtured and nourished and loved on, that there wasn't something wrong with me, that my hair was just wavy curly and had different needs, when I figured out what those needs were and embraced my hair, it changed my heart. So that is why we're here. That's why we're doing this. But without further ado, let's get into the reasons you've got stringy curls. The number one, the top one, is your hair is in transition. You are dealing with a lot of damage. What I mean by the transition phase is your hair is going from being really unhealthy, and you're starting to take care of it and nurture it and nourish it and love it, and it becomes healthy. There is this period of time when you first start styling your hair wavy curly that your curls are just super persnickety. You could look at them sideways. You could sneeze wrong and you're going to have kind of a stringy wash day. Fun fact, I have been through transition not once, but twice. What happened is when I first started this process, I had a whole lot of bleach damage in my hair. And I had also been blow drying my hair and round brushing it and basically not doing any healthy hair practices. When I had been treating my hair like it was straight hair, it incurred a lot of damage. And that is because wavy curly hair tends to be more susceptible to damage than naturally straight hair. When the hair is damaged, the curls don't clump together as well as when the hair is 100% healthy. And the first time my hair went through transition, it took roughly 8 months before my curls started clumping together consistently instead of being a hot, stringy mess. Transition is one of those things that just takes time. You could literally be doing everything else that I'm about to talk about 100% perfectly, and if your hair is still in transition and recovering from years of damage, you're gonna have some stringy curls. So don't be hard on yourself if you are really struggling with stringiness. Not only is your hair recovering from years of heat damage, but you are also learning which application techniques, which products, etc., etc. Everything we're going to talk about slightly later. You're learning which of those things works best for your hair and which ones don't. So give yourself some grace if your hair is in transition, because I feel you. The second time my hair went through transition was when I decided it would be a great idea, after chopping off my hair and donating it to children with hair loss, to bleach it and highlight it to the heavens. Not once, but twice. Don't ask me why I went back for seconds. I was trying to be as platinum icy white blonde as possible, and I thought with 4 years of wavy curly hair knowledge, all the healthy hair hacks, I would somehow mitigate and escape the ill effects of bleach. I did not. I do think there are better ways to highlight your hair if you choose to highlight your hair. Don't do it the way I did it. Don't do it in 1 to 2 sessions and ask to go as light as humanly possible, because my curls were stringy, and no matter what I did, which products I used, which application techniques I used, how I diffused my hair, nothing. My hair just needed time to recover. While my first transition phase took about 8 months, the second one, it took nearly a year for my curls to fully recover. I did decide that after the second bleach session, I wasn't in love with what my hair was doing, and it was becoming apparent to me why I actually like my natural hair color. The maintenance. I am not cut out for the maintenance that comes with really light blonde hair. It's expensive, it's a lot of your time, and my hair just couldn't cope with it very well at all. So I did decide to tone my hair back to my natural hair color and slowly grow out the bleach. So there is still some bleach in my hair, but it's been toned back to my natural hair color. Which leads me into the second thing that could be the cause of your stringiness, and that is you're not keeping up with regular trims. You got hair length goals. You are trying to grow your hair out, and naturally that means you are going to do your best to extend the time in between getting trims. Why? Because every time you go in and get your hair trimmed, your hairstylist takes off more than you were expecting. 90% of the time when that happens, it's because they're taking off damage. They're like trying to cut above the damage to give you a better chance of your hair growing out to the length goals that you have. They're not doing it to be mean to you. They're actually trying to do the best thing for your hair, but I understand the panic. I do. I really do. When you're really trying to grow your hair out, the last thing you want to do is lose a lot of your progress due to a more than a trim than you were thinking of getting that day. However, keeping up with the regular trims is actually going to help your hair grow out better, and it's going to give your curls a better chance of clumping together, because when there's a lot of breakage right at the ends of your hair and your ends really start to thin out, those curls can't clump together because they're all individual pieces. However, if they're all trimmed off to the same length, they have a better chance of clumping together in this giant, juicy, luscious curl family. Last year, when my hair was really bleached way too much, I noticed that I had to get my hair trimmed once every 4 weeks. That's when the ends started to snap and break and start to need a trim. However, since I've put down the bleach, toned my hair back to my natural hair color, I found that my curls have gone back to only needing a trim about every 4 months. The ends stay really well maintained. The shape of my hair is growing out really well. There are certain curl types and certain curl cuts that do require more frequent trims than once every 4 months. It does depend on the shape of your hair and how quickly your top layers grow out. So if you've got a super round cut and you're noticing that it's just not looking as cute, you might need a trim more often than once every 4 months. But for me personally, I have found that that is about as frequently as I need a trim to maintain my healthy hair and keep my ends from getting super stringy. The third thing that could be causing your stringy curls is buildup, and there are 3 main forms of buildup that I can think of. 1, product buildup. Polyquaterniums are an ingredient in curly hair care that are a wonderful humidity blocking ingredient. However, they do have a tendency to build up on the hair a bit, especially polyquaternium 4, which is found in a lot of really affordable curly hair gels, which we will get to in a minute. We'll talk more about products in specific in a minute. But product buildup, hard water buildup. If you live in an area that has excessively hard water and you're not using a chelating shampoo ever, you're probably dealing with some of that. And the last type of buildup that there is protein buildup, which I suppose could be product buildup, but I'm separating it from product buildup because when we think of product buildup, we think of something gummy and oily and kind of greasy feeling, whereas an excess of protein buildup on the hair can make the hair feel stiff and kind of frizzy and slightly broom-like. So what do you do if you are really struggling with product buildup? You do my favorite thing. You clarify and then you deep condition your hair. If you want more information about how to properly clarify and deep condition your hair, let me know in the comments down below. More than likely at this point, you have probably heard me talk about the exact steps on how to do that in previous videos. The 4th thing could be that you are not adequately conditioning your curls. Perhaps you just clarified and you did not deep condition afterwards, and your hair is missing some conditioning, some deep conditioning, or you could be just flat applying your conditioner poorly. There is this nearly pathological fear amongst people putting conditioner near their roots. So what do? They just slap the conditioner on their mid-lengths to ends, and some people don't even distribute the conditioner through their hair by finger detangling or even brushing through with a wet brush. They just slap that puppy on, leave it for a couple of seconds, and rinse it out. But if your hair is not adequately conditioned, it simply will not clump together. This is setting you up for issues for the rest of your wash day. So you've absolutely got to get this step right. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how well you do the rest of it. You're gonna have an issue from here on out. The next thing is low quality hair products. I did not say cheap, because there are some fantastic, high quality, affordable products out there on the market, but there are also some very low quality products out there as well. The biggest example, one is this gel that is by Pantene. I'm sorry, Pantene. I love your volume shampoo. Best clarifying shampoo ever. Really hate your curl gel. It's awful. When I scrunch this into my hair, I notice that my hair soaks it up, my hair kind of seizes up, and there's more wet frizz with this gel than with other gels from the drugstore. Other gels that are low quality for me that absolutely do this weird seizy effect are these. And the common denominator that I see in these gels is PVP, which my hair likes in a general rule, but PVP copolymer in conjunction with a protein and very little else on the ingredients label. If there's no moisturizing ingredients in the gel, it has PVP and some protein. When I scrunch it into my hair, it absolutely disappears. I keep adding more, trying to make sure that I'm using enough product, because if you don't use enough product, there won't be enough product in your hair to hold your curls. So anyway, my hair just keeps soaking it up. Somehow I get instant product buildup, instant frizz, and instant stringy curls. So using the right gel for your hair also helps with stringiness. If you tried styling your hair once or twice and you just ran out and bought the first gel you saw and your wash day didn't turn out the way you wanted, and so you decided, well, I just don't like my waves and curls. I have bad waves and curls. I actually kind of disagree with that. I don't think you have bad waves and curls. It's just perhaps you haven't found the right fit for you product-wise. Another thing that could be causing stringy curls is using too much product. Way too much product leads to, product buildup. It can be really easy to overuse product, and I have been relentlessly mocked for this on the internet, but something that really helped me learn how much gel my hair needs and what works for me is doing this extra step of buying some really cheap teaspoon measuring spoons and keeping a 1 teaspoon measurer in my bathroom and measuring out every product that I left on my hair, whether it was leave-in conditioner, curl custard, or a gel. Measuring it allowed me to really get consistent results from wash day to wash day, to really dial in the amount of product that was the right amount of product for me, making sure I was using enough product so that my curls would hold, but also not so much product that I created stringy curls. Stringy curls can also be caused by there not being enough water in your hair when you apply your gel to it. If you are wringing out all of the water from your hair before you're putting your stylers into your hair, you are going to lock in that curl clump size as soon as you start applying your stylers, because stylers are meant to lock in your style. And there are only very few gels I have ever used that as I scrunch them into my hair, they combine curl clumps and make curls more juicy. Most of the time, they're locking them into their curl clump size, and that's that. So what do you do if there's not enough water in your hair? Add water to it. Most people wash and style their hair in the shower. Just lean your head into the shower and get some more water on it. Those curl clumps will get bigger because the more water that's in your hair, the larger your curl clumps will be than when there's less water in your hair. And if you are not using the right application technique for your hair, you're gonna have some stringy curls. And for me, the wrong application technique is excessive, violent scrunching, not being intentional with my styling and gently glazing over my gel and scrunching / pulsing it into my hair, but to just get a gob of gel and violently start scrunching it into my hair, even if I'm turning my head from side to side, being super rough and aggressive with the gel application will cause stringy curls. I may or may not have scrolled TikTok a little bit and seen some curly hair routines on the TikToks where girls literally apply the gel just like this, and it hurts my wavy curly hair soul every single time. This could also be brushing your gel through your hair. For some people, brushing the gel through the hair actually creates juicier type ribbon curls, super awesome curl clumps. But for me, what it does is it creates really stringy curls that just don't have enough structure to clump together naturally on their own. So maybe you're scrunching your hair way too aggressively. Slow it down, really take your time. Or maybe you've been trying to brush style because that's the right way to style curly hair, when in fact, there may be other application techniques that work better for you. And I'm just gonna say this just in case this is the first time you're stumbling across any curly hair video, but how you dry your hair also really can affect your curls. Please do not use a terry cloth towel. Do you see the loops on this thing? These giant loops will pull on your curls, pull on individual hair strands, pull them out of their curl families and create stringy curls. Also, don't wrap your head up in a very heavy terry cloth towel like I'm doing here, because stringy curls. Most curly girls use a microfiber towel or a t-shirt to scrunch out excess water and product from their hair, which helps the stringiness not be so stringy. I'm pretty confident that most of y'all are not using terry cloth towels on your hair, because that's like the first thing we learn as wavy curly girls is to put the terry cloth towel to the side, grab a t-shirt instead, grab a microfiber towel, but I'm just saying it here just in case, because I really do want to cover all the bases that cause stringy curls. Perhaps you are being a wild woman with your diffusing. You're in a rush, you've really got to get out of the house, so you start drying your hair like an absolute maniac. Improper diffusing techniques can also cause some stringy curls. Excessively moving the diffuser around, violently flipping your head from side to side as you try and dry it. That creates a lot of volume, I learned. I think that's where the majority of my volume came from today. So if you're really shooting for a lot of volume, use a ton of the Pantene gel and diffuse your hair rather violently. And the last thing that I can think of that would cause you some stringy curls is that you are not adequately scrunching out the gel cast. The gel cast is this crunchy barrier that forms around your hair when the gel dries down around each of your curl clumps. And maybe you're testing out gels. You're trying to find the gel that works best for you, and you happen to grab one that has crazy hard hold. And you diffuse your hair, things are looking good, and then you go to scrunch out the cast, or you flat don't scrunch out the cast at all, and you've got these super crispy, stringy looking curls. What you do is you wait for your hair to be 100% dry, and then you give your roots another fluff. That can be a way to break the gel cast, or you can simply prayer hands to kind of pull that crunch out and scrunch it. Some people find that clapping out the crunch, yes, I literally just clapped my hands over my hair, will break a really stubborn cast. So if you are having a really hard time breaking a gel cast, another thing you can try is getting a tiny bit of leave-in conditioner on your hands and using that to scrunch out the crunch, or perhaps a hair oil to break a really stubborn cast. All right, guys, that is everything for this video. I sure hope you found it helpful. These are some causes of stringy curls. If you've been struggling with stringy curls, let me know if you try some of these and if they help or not. As always, I sure hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.